Hello YouTube, this is Frugal, and this is the Frooglesim news for today, Sunday, the 10th of June, 2018. First up, a disclaimer. This show is actually recorded on a Friday night, prior this week to the FS Expo event. I know there are a lot of announcements that are due to come out of that event this weekend, and I'll be covering them all next week. Otherwise, I'm going to be reporting in second-hand and third-hand reporting on what other people are reporting, and I don't want to get stuff wrong. So just bear that in mind on your comments. All right, first up, FS Labs. Honestly, I'm getting tired of covering these guys, but the hits just keep on coming. FS Labs got hacked this weekend. I'm going to drop links in the show notes below to their info about it. The reason this is a big deal, you'll remember, a while back, they installed malware on all Airbus customers' computers. Don't care what they say, yes they did. That was capable of uploading all usernames and passwords for all the sites you use if you use Google Chrome. They claimed they only actually illegally stole your data if you matched one specific person they were looking for. And in all cases, the installer then went on to delete the malware. FS Labs then more recently produced an updated installer that hid cryptically named files in key Windows systems directories. Then when people started to ask questions, FS Labs' natural response was to threaten to sue them into oblivion to shut them up. As a result of that, this weekend FS Labs fell victim to what looks like a revenge hack. If you are someone that is a customer of FS Labs, I would highly recommend that you change your username and or your password at their site. My personal opinion is that if you are also an Airbus customer, then I would go ahead and check and update passwords literally everywhere, just in case FS Labs were completely lying about the operation of the malware they previously installed illegally on your computer, and in case that stuff happened to be included in the hack. FS Labs allegedly also did not meet their legal obligations under the new data protection laws to notify customers of the potential theft of their personal data in a timely fashion. And while they have said that the hacker did not get credit card information, they've also failed to disclose exactly what was obtained. The hacker, meanwhile, has said that they have user information and keys at a minimum. If you are affected at all, I strongly urge you to pester FS Labs to find out the full impact of this. Now, for my part, this is the last you're actually ever going to hear of FS Labs on this channel. The Airbus, I'm told, is a great product. Concorde was a pain in the ass to ever get running due to severe performance issues and memory bloat, but I'm told from those that persevered that it was a pretty good add-on as well. Good luck with the rest of your business, FS Labs. I personally am not comfortable ever sending anyone to your website or business ever again, or covering any of your future products that you happen to come up with on a video of mine. Let's move on to happier news. A2A this week released the Frooglesim Spitfire for prepared version 4. A2A this weekend released their Frooglesim Spitfire for prepared version 4. Now, it's worth bearing in mind that this is not a new Frooglesim product, as a few people have said. This is the prepared version 4 version of their existing Spitfire, with the new version, of course, making use of features in prepared version 4 that have never been available before, most notably 64-bit, better textures, better rendering, and so on. One of the finest simulations of a period warbird ever made, and a significant challenge to master. The A2A Frooglesim Spitfire is actually pretty phenomenal. I did a video on this years ago and it ended up with me melting the engine unintentionally. It's a completely authentic simulation of the Spitfire with all the Frooglesim magic built in, making this a living, breathing aircraft that you absolutely have to pay attention to over time to mitigate the risks of failure. It was also, I think, one of the first Frooglesim warbirds that included a full maintenance hangar with the option to swap out key components, like choosing from 3 different prop types and so on. It's well worth checking out. I hope they continue, and I hope that very soon we're now going to see a prepared version 4 B-17, which is my all-time favorite aircraft. The academic license of the A2A Frooglesim Spitfire for prepared version 4 is currently discounted to $39.99, while the Pro license is currently discounted to $69.99. I'm going to get asked, which license do I get? You're supposed to buy the license that matches the prepared license you got. That's all I can say. That's all I can tell you. More info at the A2A Simulations shiny new store and website, linked in the show notes below. Next up, Flight Beams, November Zulu Whiskey November Wellington International, coming soon. Flightbeam have announced that their next airport will be New Zealand's Wellington International. Now, this is quite a small airport, but it does handle 6 million passengers per year. The scenery package, of course, will include a fully detailed version of the airport itself, but also the surrounding area, which includes the whole Wellington Peninsula. This is an incredibly dramatic and breathtaking part of the world, and I believe pretty close to, or maybe even part of, that part of the world that was used to film Lord of the Rings. The scenery is due to release later in 2018, but from the screenshots here, it's actually looking incredible already. I have provided a link to the flightbeam.net forums in the show notes below. Do click it and check out the rest of the discussion. Sticking in that part of the world, but moving over to X-Plane now, Orbex Broome International for X-Plane. Orbex have released Broome International, or Yankee Bravo Romeo Mike, for X-Plane 11. This is a popular tourist airport in northwest Australia. It's a regional hub as well, serving a mix of traffic from Qantas, Virgin Australia, Skippers Air North, and Silk Air. Orbex Broome International for X-Plane was developed by Jared Marshall, who is actually the developer behind Orbex's phenomenal Innsbruck scenery. It features HD imagery at varying resolutions, including 7 centimeters per pixel, 50 centimeters per pixel, and 80 centimeters per pixel. That 7 centimeter number is staggering. It also includes the entire nearby town of Broome and 15 static aircraft on the airport, obviously germane to the airport. Also includes dozens of local landmarks and points of interest. The price for Orbex Broome International for X-Plane is $32.95 Australian. You can get it by running up FTX Central, choosing X-Plane, and buying it that way. Final news story this week, Just Flight's Cessna 152 for X-Plane 11. Video you're watching is from my good friend Thomas Rasmussen. He does deserve likes and clicks. Go do so. Now, I thought I previewed, in fact, I know I previewed Just Flight's C-152 a while ago. I thought I had covered the release, but I can't find it in my notes, so I'm going to assume that I didn't, although it feels like I did. Apologies if this is a rerun. Just Flight's Cessna 152 for X-Plane 11 has released. It is a conversion made in collaboration with Thrander Design of their popular near study level Cessna 152 for FSX and Prepared. It features an accurately modeled aircraft, both in terms of visuals and aircraft performance in all phases of flight, has a fully interactive cockpit and fully VR compatible cockpit as well, with VR friendly manipulators and camera snap points. It includes a full custom sound set covering every knob and switch, interactive checklists, it has a fully IFR capable avionics stack, and custom coded simulations of things like vapor lock and spark plug fouling, as well as the electrical system, landing gear, and much, much more. And I say much, much more because the list of features on this aircraft is absolutely huge. You can read it for yourself at justflight.com, linked in the show notes below. If you wish to buy Just Flight's 152 for X-Plane 11, it will set you back $41.99. It is available right now, and again, you can do so at the justflight.com link in the show notes below. That's it for this week's news show. If I did miss something other than anything that was released at FS Expo this weekend, I know I'll cover that next week. Do leave me a comment in the comment section below, or check it out and see whether I should include it in next week's show, unless it's related to FS Expo. Until then, my name is Frugal. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this, and I will see you all very soon.